introduction. Hi guys, this is Clara once again and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chibs Show, a show where I share about my life experience, what I'm learning in my own life, and also what I'm learning from other people's experience in life. So if you are seeing me for the first time, I just want to tell you that it's not by accident that you are watching me, but it is divine. So let's just dive in and see what we can share with you today. So you guys, today I'm so happy and so privileged to have this wonderful lady with me today whom I'm going to interview. I'm telling you, this woman is I don't know what I can say, but she's amazing. She's my mentor. She's my life coach. She's my spiritual mom. She's just so amazing. And this wonderful lady, an angel, is Valia Zacariou. Zacariou is
Zachariou.
am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Zachariou.
Zachariou.
Yeah, Zachariou.
Oh, yeah. Difficult and wonderful name.
It's okay. Valia
Okay.
Radio Talk.
Yeah, so it's Valia. Valia is a conscious coach from South Africa. Her purpose with passion is serving herself and others. She leads, guides, empowers, and supports individuals and groups to reach their potential by cultivating a radiant and harmonious body, mind, emotions, spirit relationships. She adds value to those who are dedicated, committed, and passionate towards their lives' desire and personal transformation, development, and growth. Her life story has birthed her purpose through her priceless personal life experience that have modeled her into an experienced, mature individual, flexible, resilient, relatable, and trusted life coach. This is so amazing. That's Valia. Valia, welcome to the Clara Chips Show.
Thank you. I receive with much love and gratitude. So excited to be on.
Same
And
here,
thank
same
you so
here.
much for the opportunity to serve today. So I'm just so honored to be with you and see your beautiful face.
Me too. Yeah, so Valia, if I was to ask you, I know you have been on this show before, but maybe just for the sake of those who haven't seen one of the videos that we did together, just let us know, even if I've introduced you, but who is really Valia, like your background, your history, a bit of your background, where you're coming from.
Okay, so just briefly, I'm actually Greek. I was born in Greece and I
Okay.
came to South Africa when I was about 11 years old. And that's when my life shifted into different experiences. I came to live with my dad. And just by the way, I couldn't speak a word of English.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was a real life change for me, a different environment, different people, different cultures. So yeah, I can't say it was easy in the beginning, but I think that was the beginning of my birthing experience that, life is forever changing, life is forever evolving. And
Okay.
we always have a choice. We're either going to go with that or we're going to resent it and shut down. So I guess life just exploded for me with all these experiences. And yeah, I've been in travel for many years. I've studied marketing, but my passion was always people. Passion, it was people, purpose, spirituality, behaviors, emotional intelligence. I've read a lot. I've done quite a few courses. And throughout the years, I've just kind of like went into the self-development
Okay.
area because they just interested me.
Okay. That's very interesting. So when did you really discover your calling? Because it's like to me, it sounds to me like it started way back when you were a child.
Yeah, I don't think we discover our calling. I believe that our calling discovers us. It's just
Oh,
that we become aware of our calling. And
Mm-hmm.
I also believe that there are many different callings in life, through your passion, purpose, and experiences. Um, I was aware of my spirituality since I was very little. I then had a bit of a break and matured into my spiritual gifts and talents
Okay.
when I was about in my 20s, I would say. And I keep on working on that. Life is a work in progress for me. So I don't think I'll ever end. That's part of my value. My value is one of my highest value is that I'll keep on learning. I'll keep on evolving
Yeah.
in whatever way it is possible for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very interesting. So, the other thing I'd also want the viewers to know, are you married or do you have kids? And if you say yes to that, how has it been? Do your family accept who you are and do they understand what you're doing?
Yes. So, yes, I was married for many years. I've been
Okay.
divorced for many years. I've got twin girls. Um,
Oh, wow.
yeah, which just matriculated. They finished school. Uh,
Wow, and how old are they?
and that was really my biggest gift of life. And they are
Wow.
my greatest teachers of life. I call them my gifts of life because they truly were in a physical form. But also that they've allowed me to experience life in so many different ways and to get out of my box, out of the beliefs that we have about children and about how
Uh-huh.
they should behave or they should be, because they're forever evolving. And I've been evolving with them. So that's really, truly the gift of life that they've given me.
I
Um,
can.
yeah. And your other question was? So, yeah. My family,
I'm
how they expect, how my other family um, reacts to me being a life coach.
uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's always challenging, and that's weird because some people don't understand what I do. Some parts of my members of my family, but I
Mhm.
guess it's not about them understanding. It's about me showing up for who I am. So that was
Yeah.
my biggest lesson, that it doesn't matter what others think or feel. It's what I believe of myself. Who do I think I am? And that's the journey within that I take clients.
Okay.
We collect all these beliefs from society, from family, from our model of the world. But at the end of the day, we've got to take it inward and we've got to look at ourselves and look at, who am I in this life?
Yeah.
Who am I in this game? So yeah, my family members sometimes tease me. I'm the tree hugger, and I'm woo woo, and I'm all those things. But who I am is far more beyond that. Um,
Yes.
and of course, we're always learning about ourselves in whatever we're doing. I'm learning from this experience as I'm talking to you right now. That's part of my persona that, okay, well, I haven't done this before, so I'm learning. And I guess that's my greatest gift, is that change can be
Mm.
something beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand that you are also working with Live Love Academy in South Africa, that side. How has it been? I mean, what do you exactly do at Live Love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been phenomenal. It's been a phenomenal journey. I've been with the academy and the studies and the training academy for many years now, over 10 years.
Okay.
And that was also why I loved being part of the academy, is that the academy is forever evolving, and
Okay.
I'm evolving with the academy. I've had the
Mm.
opportunity to be a mentor for
Okay.
interested parties, that participants that want to study with Heal Your Life South Africa and the Live Love
Okay.
Academy, Live Love World Academy. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really through my experience and dedication. So I'm just there to just guide, support others
Okay.
that are wishing to train or to choose this career, purely because I've been through it. I've
Okay.
walked the talk. I've really just experienced it for myself. So in that way, it's easier for me to share it with others.
Okay. And I'm sure you really enjoy it, right?
Love it, love it, love it, love
Yeah,
it.
I can tell. So mostly, how do you deal with people? Maybe I would love you to give me an example. Maybe here is a person comes to you. How is it done? I mean, maybe they've got a problem. I mean, when somebody comes at the academy, how do you go about the whole process?
Okay, so basically the first step is for someone's willingness, right? To want
Mhm,
to shift and change an area of their lives, or they'd want to enhance their lives, or they'd like to have an additional skill in their lives. And I think that's step one. So it's a kind of an industry that you cannot force people. It's not about forcing someone to be someone else. It's about
mhm.
the awareness and the acceptance of someone saying, I need help, or
Okay.
I would like to get another view of myself, or I'd like to
Mhm.
expand my growth, my development, or I'd like to focus on my emotions because I've realized that my emotions have impacted my life in a certain way. So
Okay.
when you read my introduction, when I said that are people that are committed to
Mhm.
the journey, are the
Yeah.
that would come into the academy and that would come through me, filtered
Oh,
through me as a mentor.
mhm.
Um, it's really, it's not very easy for people to make a decision and go through this journey, as you know, right?
Yeah.
You know, the personal development, emotional development, metaphysical, neurological
Mhm.
journey is not easy because uh,
Yeah.
it includes us. We have to go through it. We have to decide for our lives that this is what we want for ourselves. And what we
Mhm.
want for ourselves always gives others the opportunity
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
see
it's
that,
true.
to experience that.
Yeah, it's true. And also I've seen that like there are certain callings that we have in life, and yours is a bit similar to mine. Mostly it involves a lot of spiritual things. But I've noticed again that people who are in spirituality mostly they are like black sheeps of the family. They don't have friends, they are mostly they are loners. What can you say in your case? Do you have a best friend or you are just alone most of the time?
So, you know what, Clara, spirituality is such a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like labels. So
Yeah.
I even like even the label of spirituality of someone is,
Really? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spirituality is really, it's really a personal connection within yourself and the
Mm-hmm.
divine, whatever you call the divine, you know,
Yeah.
it cannot even be defined because it's really a relationship with self. Only you know your own spirituality and the definition of that. And remember, Wayne Dyer's saying is that, you know, that's one of my favorite sayings is that he says that, um, we are spiritual beings living in a physical world,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? And that is true because although we are in the physical, we are aware that there's something out there. There's something else at
Mm-hmm.
play, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
spirituality is certainly for me very, very um, personal, and of course, it's what meaning I give to spirituality.
Okay.
People have a different meaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
About what
Yeah.
spirituality is to them. And it also
Yeah.
gives you the opportunity not to judge others because
Yeah.
everyone's spiritual journey or spirituality is very unique and very personal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's so vast, just like the universe, right? It's limitless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, it's really a pure, deep connection with myself and the divine.
Mm-hmm.
It's that inner knowing. It's becoming aware of I'm not just the physical, I'm beyond the physical, beyond and above,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
leads me to development and self growth because then I know that my purpose and passion is not living the life in the physical only, but in the non physical, which is my thoughts. my
Yeah.
emotion, my
Yeah.
connection, my intuition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the other thing I also want to know, do you also do any, like, what can I call it? Any private work? I can say, okay, for example, I've seen that you're also doing something concerning meditation. Is there anything that you do apart from that, like maybe at home, the other spiritual things,
For myself or for others, Clara?
or for others? Sorry, any services you offer? Let me just say, yeah,
Okay.
spiritual,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm a life conscience coach, which is really about mindful living, soulful
Mm.
living, heartful living. So when we
Oh,
look at mindful living, it involves different modalities. Mindful
okay,
living is really being conscious in the here and now. So mindful
okay.
living is really about the meditation, the breath, our emotions, inner child work. So the different aspects and facets of all of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like, I'd like to think myself as a magician. I've always wanted to
Oh,
be a magician. Since I
that's
was
a
a,
good one.
you know, is that I've got all these tricks, under my hat. So
Yeah.
all the tools that I've learned and I've practiced, I use with different clients, different situations, in private sessions or at workshops. So I really connect with what the client is needing, where the client is, and I meet the client where they are. And all my magic tricks that I've got under my hat and all my tools, I'm able to utilize that tool for that specific person.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, actually it does. Yeah. And now even concerning that, there are sometimes when maybe you've got a client who's got maybe a problem, and then sometimes you like get attached to their problems. Maybe you become involved as well. You feel like you can be in their lives as well. How do you deal with such situations when you like
Uh,
feel connected? Yeah.
yeah, that's a tough one, right? It's a tough one. I am a
Yeah.
hard person, believe what my heart knows to be true. So my personality is very loving, very caring, very nurturing. So that's innate in me, that comes naturally out in me. However, I've learned over the years, and it's a tool and it's a skill, that you cannot help somebody if you're going to go into that story and into their story and into their emotions, right?
Mhm.
However, I can connect with compassion, and I can
Okay.
connect with a heart space, and I can connect with a soul.
Okay.
So that kind of like having compassion for another person
Okay.
uh, helps me to deal with whatever the person is going through, and also kind of like, what's the word? Kind of like detach in a way.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
finding, well, how am I going to assist this person? How can I guide and support this person? Instead of like,
Okay.
how can I help this person? Because um because otherwise life becomes just too demanding, right?
Yes, yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, it's really going into a space of compassion, and
Okay.
you would call it spirituality, because I connect with my inner higher self, and my inner
Okay.
has this compassion for this individual. And I
Okay.
know that I'm doing the best that I can, right?
Yeah.
Guide and support for that person's highest and greatest good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I guess it just happens automatically. That's my favorite word. You know that.
Yeah. I
um,
know you are a magician. You've said it.
so it just happens, it just happens automatically that I'm able to just disconnect
Okay.
from the emotions that are happening, and really just be guided to help that person for their
Mhm.
highest and greatest good. And compassion and grace are my favorite words. You know,
Okay.
when I'm in a space of compassion, I cannot be anything else. When I'm
Okay.
in a space and energy of grace, I know that I'm always divinely guided and supported.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what vision do you have for your calling, your purpose in life in future? What vision do you have?
Okay, so just to go back on the purpose and passion for life, just
Okay.
remember that it keeps on changing and shifting.
Okay.
People are always
Yeah.
looking for my purpose. What is my purpose? And they get so involved in finding that purpose that
Mm.
they miss out of what's really in front of them. Our life is our purpose, being alive, breathing. This moment, me speaking and connecting with you and these amazing viewers is life, right?
Yeah.
So going back to the mindful living, soulful living, heartful living, blissful living,
Oh,
it's really about bringing wisdom, making wisdom practical.
okay.
So we've had this wisdom, right, for years and years and years and years. We read
Yeah.
about philosophers and psychologists and all these amazing sayings in social media. But what do we do with it?
Yeah.
what
Hmm.
what are we really doing with the wisdom that we've got, that we've attained? So
Yeah.
I guess I just finished reading a few months ago the new book of Jay Shetty.
Okay. Think
Yeah,
like a mom.
Think the Monk. Yeah, and his
Yeah.
mission is to bring wisdom, to make wisdom viral. And I like
Hmm.
that. I would like to add, I'd like to make wisdom practical
Yeah.
for people. It's like, what do I do with the tools that I have? Am I
Yeah.
putting them? Am I putting it into action? Am I conscious about it? How's my
Yeah.
awareness of what's happening? I also believe that, once you start becoming aware of who you are,
Hmm.
that's a purpose. That's your passion,
Yes.
you know?
Okay.
So it can be very small things. It doesn't have to be anything huge,
Hmm.
deciding or making a choice or becoming aware that I want to just smile today. I want to just
Hmm.
nature. I want to connect with my breath. Just
Hmm.
gratitude to my breath today is a
Hmm.
purpose.
Yeah. Okay. So, what advice can you give to somebody, let's say, who is also maybe in the same boots as you, and they want to achieve something they are calling in life, and then they are maybe scared of what the family will say or the friends will say? What's your advice to such a person?
My advice is just be yourself. My favorite saying that I saw on social media and I laughed so much, just be yourself. Everyone else is taken. So you might as well just be yourself. I think it's from that self-love, self-acceptance. Once you
Okay.
connect with that I am worthy of love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am worthy exactly as I am, just like Mom Louise says, Louise Hay, right? If we go back to her philosophies and her teachings and bring it back
Mm-hmm.
to self-love, it's like, let me stop criticizing myself. Let me
Yeah.
start being caring and loving towards myself, because it all
Yeah.
starts with me.
It's true. Yeah. It's very
So
true.
I guess, the biggest lesson or the biggest thing that I've learned from Louise Hay is that. And what does self love mean? So, what you're asking me is really becoming aware that I'm worthy of my own self love.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learn to love myself more deeply and on different levels.
Mm.
Others will accept me, or others will see who I am. But
Yeah.
myself, I have to first of all love, accept, and approve of who I am
Mm.
and believe in
Yeah.
me, right? Um,
Yeah.
family dynamics are tricky, but at the end of the day, we are on this earth as an individual.
Yes.
So, yeah, every soul is here for its own journey, for its own
It's true.
purpose. You know,
Yeah.
it takes courage and really, I would say, self love, because
Yeah.
love really then filters through other areas of our lives, doesn't it? You know,
Yeah, it does.
relationships and emotional well-being and finances and relationships. So
Mm.
we start with self, knowing
Yeah.
thyself, knowing myself better, and what it
Mhm.
is that will serve me.
Yeah.
Um, is a huge purpose, right?
Yeah.
Does that answer the
Wow.
question?
Yeah, that's wonderful. You've done it. You have answered it very nicely. Yeah, maybe the last question I want to know is, what is your own definition of death? Physical death.
Infinity. That's all I can think of, you know. Um,
Unity.
infinity. Infinity, there's no beginning and there's no end. You know,
Oh,
and as you asking me that question, the vision
uh-huh.
comes, the recycle sign, you know,
Wow.
the recycle sign. That's
That's
what comes up.
wonderful. Yeah.
You know, the universe is so vast, you know, so just to think that we are just a speck of what is available in this infinite, in this limitless universe.
Yeah.
Um, Death is just a beginning to an end, and an
Okay.
end to another beginning.
So that means you're not scared of death, right?
No, you know, being scared of death is again a
Uh-huh.
belief. Um,
Okay.
Also, for me, there's a lot of religious connotations to death.
Uh-huh.
So it comes back to, you know, what you've grown up believing about death. And
Mhm.
again, it gives me an opportunity to go back to myself and ask, what are my own beliefs about death? Not what I've
Okay.
heard of or what
Uh-huh.
someone said, right?
Yeah.
How do I feel about it? And, you know, death is just another life starting, another journey of our lives. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of focusing on death, is what am I doing when I'm alive?
Yeah.
I read
Okay.
that somewhere, you know, and it just made so much sense. It's like, what am I scared of death? Instead of like, you know, uh, I'm not really scared of death. I'm really scared of living.
Okay.
Because if I'm going to focus on my death, I'm not actually living. So I'm missing out on this beautiful, amazing opportunity of life, of the
Yeah.
school of life, of everything that I have to experience and learn and be passionate about and go through. You know, life is not always about joy and happiness. Life is also about grief, right?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
anger and disappointment and resentment and all those other things. So
That's life.
that's life. So
Yeah.
I guess, instead of me focusing on death, I focus on
Mm-hmm.
how can I live? How can I serve? How can
Okay.
I use my time every single day? How can I use my time in living, in serving myself and others?
Mm. Wow. That's so wonderful. Yeah. So, Valia, once again, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to this interview. I've had a great time with you. It has always been, great whenever I'm talking to you because you are my angel. And by the way, do you know that you've got a voice of an angel?
Thank you. You are my
That's
angel
what
too.
that's what somebody said one time. I think the last interview I had with you, somebody said, "Oh, that woman has got a voice of an angel." And then I realized, I said, if there are angels on earth, then Valia is one of them.
Oh,
It's
thank
true.
you. And so are you. Another angel always recognizes
Yeah,
another
that makes
angel.
all of us, eh?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm just so happy and privileged and honored to
Uh-huh.
be on your show. I'm honored to be a mentor, one of your mentors in life. I'm
Really?
I received that so hard, it's just like so deep within my soul. I really am
Mhm.
very grateful that you're part of my life and my learning
Wow.
and my experience on earth.
I'm
And
touched.
I just want to say you're amazing. I love your
Thank,
shows. I love
thank
what you've done with them. I love the
you.
tenacity and the passion that you have. And really, I bless and prosper your journey, knowing that you just that beautiful light, you know, just like a lighthouse for so
Wow.
your own country and around the world. So I'm
Mm.
very blessed that I've connected with your light and your soul and your purpose.
Wow.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Clara.
Thanks
You're
so
amazing.
much.
You're an
You are
amazing
also,
angel.
I'm also happy to be connected to you. It is divine, of course.
It is divine.
Yeah.
Divine intervention
Well,
orchestrated.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you guys, I'm sure you have enjoyed the interview. That's Valia. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, The Clara Chips Show, you can go ahead and do that. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And like I always say, remember to love yourselves more, because there's no other person who can love you apart from you loving yourself first. Remember, it starts from within you. So, Valia, bye-bye. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
those words. And with those words, I love and
Yes.
prosper your day forward. Thank you. Lots of
Thank
love
you, guys.
all the way from my heart.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.